Welcome back. Today in our Sunday Spotlight, she was sworn in the same month Ronald Reagan became president. Bill O'Neill had just become Connecticut's governor. And we can do more historical highlights. John Lennon starting over, Blondies, The Tide is High, Sheena Easton riding the morning train. They were on the top of the Billboard Hot Songs chart at that time. Just 30 years old, Mary Mushinsky became the representative for the 85th District, serving the people of Wallingford. She's been in office for almost 46 years, and she has recently decided it's time to call it a career. Announcing her decision to not seek re-election, Representative Mary Mushinsky is joining me this morning. Welcome.
Hi, Eric.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
An amazing run, 46 years doing any job, but certainly doing that job. Anyone who spent some time at the Capitol would say, Mary, how did you last that long? But let me start with a different question. Why now?
Why now? Because the different pressures on me from family, the legislature, and my other job in civilian life are all clashing. And at my age, I feel it's harder to juggle these three things. So I just decided pretty suddenly that I was going to call an end to it and let a younger person, a Democrat, take my place from Wallingford.
I want to ask you about this long run. I mean, you were on a ballot line with Jimmy Carter.
Yep.
That's how long this dates back. During that time, as you think about it now, and I'm sure you've been since you made this announcement, how have things changed in Connecticut politics during that time? Do you have an overarching idea, a feeling how they've changed?
Well, there were two big changes at the Capitol from when I first elected. One was it was all paper back then, so we collected the bills in a binder. By the time the end of session, the binder was as tall as me, and then we went to computers, of course. And then the other thing was you could smoke in the Capitol, and that drove me completely nuts. There were people next to me were smoking in their cubicles, and the smoke would travel into my cubicle. They smoked in the hall of the House. And Representative Ellen Scalatar, God bless her, she did away with that. She made it illegal, and now it's a nice place to work.
We were talking in our last segment to Representative Candelora about the bottle bill. We were actually talking news, and I don't want to get you into news, but
Yep.
You were involved before you ran in 1978 getting the original bottle bill in. So,
That is true.
And Senator Martin Looney, who was a representative with you when you came in, he said you were one of the premier environmentalists in the state of Connecticut. Is that one of the things you're proud of, or when you look back, what are you most proud of?
Yeah, I worked on environment, energy, workforce, children. Just for starters, I built a pedestrian and bicycle trail in my town, and I've served as chair of environment, program review and investigations, and the children's committee. And I've also been deputy speaker for a couple of years now. I was talked into that by Joe Arasimowicz, and he wanted me to learn how to be on the dais, so I learned.
And
so I could preside.
And we can do, we can make these historical connections. You came in with Tom Ritter, right? And now his son Matt Ritter is the Speaker of the House. Matt not even born when you were sworn in.
That's true.
If you've seen generations come through, as you walk away, do you look around and say, this place is in good hands?
Yes,
We're going to show
is.
some pictures of you over the years
No,
as you talk.
it is in good hands, and the budget is stable right now. We have a good surplus. We finally took care of the volatile revenues, the ones that go up and down with the stock market. We took care of those. So now we have a smoother budget, and I think I am leaving in good hands.
Our chief political reporter, Susan Raff, when she heard you were on the show, reached out to tell us that one of the things that she always thought was so notable and noble of you was when food was served to legislators, if there was leftover food, you always made sure it went to someone who needed it.
Yes, I have to get somebody to take my place there because I've been doing that for years with Zalman, one of our runners, and the two of us pack up the food and we take it to the homeless shelter. So I'm going to have to train somebody to do that in the next few months.
Good thing I brought it up. I'm glad you did. But
it.
is that, as you look at a career, a lifetime of public service, is that the kind of stuff that maybe it's not a vote, it's not getting the headlines, it's not what you mentioned when you run for re-election, but it might have made the state a little bit of a better place. Do you think about that too, maybe as a lesson to your colleagues?
I'm a incorrigible recycler. I recycle everything. I use everything, and I just couldn't put the food to waste, so I really started to dive into that, and now it's my responsibility with Zalman every session day, but I will train somebody to take over.
Great, and I encourage our folks to read them. I read them getting ready for this. Mark Pazniokis in the Connecticut Mirror, Ken Dixon in the Hearst CT Insider papers, writing great profiles of you. Are you surprised that your decision? I know you're the dean of the House. You've
Yeah.
got more years than anybody, but are you surprised by the reaction to all this?
I was surprised when I gave my announcement. It was about a 2-minute announcement, and told the reasons why I was leaving. And there was a standing ovation from both sides of the aisle, which went on for more than a minute until Mr. Speaker gavelled it down. So that was a big surprise.
And we mentioned Representative Candelora was here from the opposite political party, and when I read the tease saying you were coming up, he said, "Oh, Mary, she's the best." So
well, we shared Wallingford for a while.
That's what he said, yes,
Yeah.
having worked together. Do you have any advice if there's someone maybe thinking about getting into politics, a young legislator who's already in there? What have you learned over these years that you can maybe pass on to someone else who wants to serve their community, Mary?
I've always been upfront with people. I always give them straight story. If it's bad news, I'll give them the bad news. I'll tell them why we have to do something, tax increase, whatever. And I've always been straight up for the whole time I've been up there, and I think it served me well. You do have to go and explain things at the doors to your constituents, why we're making these decisions, but I've always done that, and I think it served me well.
Just 10 seconds left. Are you going to miss it?
Of course. Of course.
But you'll find other ways, I'm sure, to help your community.
Well, I still have my other job. I work on protecting rivers in my other job. I'll still be doing that. That's half-time.
And you got all the family stuff to do as well.
And I have to take care of my family too. So
that's good. Well, on behalf of all of us, thank you for 46 years of service. Just an incredible track record, incredible career, and thank you for coming on and joining us. And
Sure.
Congratulations as you finish out the session.
I have to go back to my public hearing now.
Very good, Mary Mushinsky. Thanks so much for being with us. That is CT 26 for this week. CBS Sunday Morning is, of course, coming up next. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll, of course, meet you back here in Studio A next Sunday morning.